Folks, some people, they've just run out of time. I'll get into that, and then the latest home prices and insights for the Peel and Durham region for week ending November 6, 2024. I've stressed this before, and I've talked about it often on this channel. It warrants bringing it up again. Some people wait way too long to react where they need an immediate solution. If they would have reacted sooner, much earlier down in the process, they'd probably be better off. I'll give you two examples. These are recent conversations I've had with people. One of them called me saying, I bought a home, pre-construction, I want to sell it. I said, okay. I've had lots of those calls before. In conversation and finding out what's going on. Their closing is in a few weeks, and they've tried to get a mortgage and they can't. So this is now why they want to sell it quickly. They want to dump this house. It's in a few weeks. They're out of runway. They've got no more time left. So even if we could sell it on assignment, even if we could, we're looking for a buyer that can close in a few weeks. The only way a buyer is not paying a premium in this market. The only way this is possible is with a huge discounted price. There's a lot of financial pain, and this particular seller does not have that space the way prices are now. But a decision needs to be made immediately right now. Another example, somebody calls me saying they need to sell their house, but they want to hurry up and get it sold quick, fast now. And in conversation, I find out that the bank has already issued them notice that they're going to be proceeding with power of sale. What had happened was they have a tenant who for months has not paid any rent. And so the homeowner who needs that rent money to supplement the mortgage payment has been paying the whole mortgage on their own. But they really need the rent money. It's a big piece of the mortgage payment. And they've used up all their savings and them covering the whole mortgage payment. There's some other things that happen also that have caused them to use up all their savings. And now the homeowners, have not been paying the mortgage for a while now. And now the bank has issued them notice, the power of sale. And they're calling me. I'm the first call they're making. Hey, here's our situation. We need help. You know, if this was way down the line earlier in the process, several solutions are that I could just off the top of my head, there's several solutions I could think of. Now, many of the solutions are going to be financially painful. But there's really financially painful, and then there's somewhat financially painful. But these people have gotten themselves in situations that, they're not helping themselves by waiting. I don't know if they're hoping things change and get better on their own. Your tenant not paying their rent, that's not going to get better on their own. You know your financial situation. If you're not making the mortgage payment this month, your salaries haven't changed, your expenses haven't changed, what makes you think you're going to make it next month? The writing's on the wall. You see this coming. You bought pre-construction. You're not qualifying for a mortgage today. What makes you think in a month from now you're going to qualify for the mortgage? Now, if you know something about your situation, there's some sort of windfall, you got lots of money coming in for something, that's different. But assuming your life really is not going to change much, you know you're headed down a path that is going to end badly. Early on in the process, find solutions. Speak to the right people that can help you so you don't get stuck. Because I promise, you are going to run out of runway. And if there's a solution, there's going to be a solution. It's either a solution you get on board with early on, or when you run out of runway, a solution will be found for you way beyond your control. Decisions will be made for you. Do it when you've got some choices, when you could figure things out on your own, or you're just going to run out of time, run out of runway. There is a clock ticking. It's not a forever. You do not have all the time in the world. Decide early. If you think this video can help somebody you know, please pass it along. If you get value from what we're talking about, subscribe. If you want to speak with me about your situation, there's a link up here to my calendar. Click on that. Another one below this video. Book a time that's convenient for you, and we'll talk about whatever's on your mind. Now, let's get into the numbers. Here we go, folks. Peel and Durham region. We're going to be focused on detached properties only. Mississauga, way up here. And then Brampton and Durham. Now, normally, Brampton average prices, Durham, if you look, they're pretty similar. They're not too far apart. But this week, Brampton took off, and it's way above where the Durham average price is. We are going to start off with Mississauga. For week ending November the 6th, 41 detached properties were sold. 3 of those were at $2 million or more. Now, 41, if we kind of go back to the beginning of September, 41 is pretty normal. Sales have been pretty flat for the fall market when it comes to Mississauga. Average sold prices, $1,456,000. It's down from the previous week. But when we talk about the fall market, it, to me, for Mississauga, kind of looks like average prices have been creeping up. If we compare and we go back to the May pricing, May, June, average prices, a lot of them were in the mid 1.5 million to the high 1.5 million. Now we're mid 1.4 million. So they're down about 100,000 since the spring market. That's the way I look at it if you're kind of stepping back and looking overall. If you're active and right now either thinking of buying or selling, or you are buying and selling, what really concerns you is what's happening right now and what's happening in your pocket, your neighborhood. Your world is just that neighborhood right now. Compared to last year, 1,456 is 10% higher. The median price is 9% higher. And if we look at the dotted line, I said, you know, the average price kind of looks like it's been going up. The dotted line, which is a 4-week moving average, is a bit more flat for both average price and median price over the previous 4, 5, 6 weeks. 41 were sold. 27% sold at list price or more. So that's 11 out of the 41. Listings, listings. September 11th, we listed 202. These are just detached properties. Listings each week have been coming down, but since the middle of October, each week they've gone up a little bit to week ending November 6th. 118 were listed. Active listings has been trending down, but not enough for you to really notice. So this is what's happening right now in Mississauga. Months of inventory sitting at 3.9 months of inventory. So we had 1 week here where jumped up to 5.6, but overall 3.7, 3.8, 4. So 3.9 is quite normal, it seems, for the last 4 to 6 weeks in Mississauga. Let's look at Brampton. 46 detached properties were sold. 3 of those were at $2 million or more. Average sold price way up from the previous week. But the previous week, it was also way down from the weeks before that. We're now sitting at $1,202,000. I put a question mark, like, what's happened there? And when I look closer at the sales, it's just the combination of the sales and the properties are more, they're not the lower end. It's an abnormal amount, more than normal on the higher end of the price point, which brings the average price up to 1,202,000. Compared to last year, 1,202 is 4% higher. The median price is 9% higher. 46 were sold, 13%. So not a lot, 13%. 6 out of the 46 sold at list price or more. Listings up a little bit, and then it came down. Active listings are trending down. Months of inventory up from the previous week, but kind of in line to where we've been before at 4.3 months of inventory, almost right in the middle of what we would call a balanced market. Here's the Durham region. Now for Durham, I'm using Pickering, Ajax, and Whitby as my Durham sample. And again, this data is only for detached properties. 45 were sold for week ending November the 6th. 45, kind of normal for the fall market right now. One of those was at $2 million or more. Average sold price is $1,083,000. Sorry, there's a bit of a glare, the angle I'm looking at here. So $1,083,000 is the average sold price. Pretty much what it was the previous week. It's $2,000 lower than the previous week. So pretty much the same. But that's down from where we were earlier when we were $1,140,000, $1,130,000. We're now at $1,083,000. $1,083,000 is really no percentage change from where we were this time a year ago. The median price is also no percentage change, rounded, no percentage change from where we were this time a year ago. 45 we said were sold, 42% sold at list price or more. So 19 out of 45 sold at list price or more. Listings, it's up and down each week. The orange, that's for this year. The blue, that's for last year. 101 detached properties were listed in Pickering, Whitby, and Pickering, Ajax, and Whitby. Active listings coming down slowly. Months of inventory still quite low at 2.3 months of inventory. We are kind of on the top half of what we would call a seller's market. The balanced market's at 3. We're not quite there, but we're not that far away either. Here's a quick summary. 3.9 months of inventory in Mississauga, 4.3 in Brampton, pretty similar. Ajax, Pickering, and Whitby, 2.3. 2.3 is one of the more active areas when we're looking at months of inventory. There's a lot more competition. It's still not, multiple offers everywhere, but quite a few. And there is some competition for certain properties that are priced right and show well. But pretty much everywhere else you're looking, it's pretty much a balanced market. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day.